This determines his viability. What's up, guys? Punce here, and here we are to do a quick little discussion, a quick little clarification, essentially, on whether or not Megumi has all of the 10 shadows or not. Because if he does, we're cooking for EOS Megumi. But if he doesn't, he may still be trash. But let's not waste any more time and let's hop raw into it. Editing me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a wait, pencil here. Fun fact, I do have to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, Megumi Fushiguro is an interesting character to talk about in terms of I guess character-wise, he's cool to talk about too, but mainly for the power scaling sense. If you or me, and aka still sub to a bunch of JJK YouTubers, you've been seeing a bunch of EOS Megumi videos. And of course, naturally, I'm working on one myself. But as I'm getting to Megumi, because I've written a script for Yuji, I've written a script for Nomobara, I've written a script for Gojo, I've written a script for a couple characters, but mainly, specifically, happily, I've gotten to Megumi, and I'm kind of at like a weird stalemate. Because it's a full-on coin toss, and the video would get super duper long if I covered both, so I just want to put this out there and see what the common consensus is. Do we think Megumi's got that juice in him? And by that juice, I mean the remnants of Ahito, obviously control over Piercing Bull, and the remnants of Big Raga. And can he actually use them or not? Because, I'm not lying in the intro, that literally determines his viability. Don't get me wrong, chapter 271 already kind of soft confirms that Megumi is a lot more swole than we last saw him, just because of the scale of Divine Dog. Sure, this is still Divine Dog totality, but look at the size of that thing. Remember when we last saw Megumi? That thing, it still fit underneath him. Its head is the size of his entire torso now. Y'all remember that one iconic shot that he had when he was fighting Ready? That can't happen anymore. And this is just a casual summon of Divine Dog. So clearly Megumi's gotten stronger, which makes perfect sense, consumed by Sukuna, sung in the bath, got a lot more negativity, cursed energy, blah, 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 blah. But the question is, does he have it? Does he have the juice? And the main reason I ask, does he have the juice, is this. Before, I would have just said he had the juice. I don't think anyone would have questioned him having the juice. But now I got a question if he has the juice. Because here's the question. Or not the question, the statement.
Malevolent Shrine got wasted, and the My 10 Shadows technique has stopped functioning, so this is Megumi Fushiguro's. The poised dismantle has breathed life back into the soul immersed in the bath.
What does that mean? Does that literally mean there were 2 separate 10 Shadows techniques? Because that feels so weird. Once again, don't get me wrong, a lot, I'd say, of the back third of the series, which I basically call this Jujutsu Showdown, it's not technically a third, it's like a 6. Let's say the back 6 of the series is very weird, and introduces a bunch of stuff, and kind of just throws it at your face without really explaining too much, and we just gotta keep it pushing. But considering this is pretty important to Megumi scaling, I want to know, what's the consensus on this? I ran the poll on the consensus. Despite there being no evidence in the manga, it seems like a majority of people think Yuji can just do soul damage. SSK style soul damage. That permanent, I'll go with that for the Yuji EOS video. I'm just laying that down. Do I agree? No. But once again, I did that video specifically to get the word of the people. And I trust the people. So if y'all believe it, I believe it, but still we gonna do it. And the same case goes for here. Do y'all think that it's separate? One way or another, because Sukuna and Megumi have separate souls where they inhabited the same body, something along the lines, Megumi kind of still had his own little 10 Shadows corner locked off, and then Sukuna got his own copy of the technique, and then he used it, and then tamed Raga, tamed Round Deer, tamed Piercing Bull, tamed the rest of them, Morning Tiger off screen, all that, and that's how we got Big Ahito? That's how we got Big Raga? Because if you think that, then Megumi's kind of trash. You have to start assuming. And it's the same issue I had with the whole Yuji thing. You gotta make assumptions. You gotta put pure headcanon on it. And once again, this is admittedly a debate of pure headcanon. We don't know. We don't know, and we'll never know. I don't think we're gonna get any more JJK content. I think JJK's done with the series. The most I can see is getting is maybe slight extensions in the anime, but that's it. I don't see the anime staff really going above and beyond with chapter 271. We're not gonna get a whole extensive fight scene. We're not gonna see Megumi with this treasure I summoned, a big rock. So this is it. So we are kind of in headcanon EOS mode, because I'm not sure if any volume extras or KU's going to release a fan book or anything like that's going to confirm or deny any of this. But admittedly, wouldn't be mad if he did, but I just want to know. Because obviously, the viability of Megumi is heavily based on Raga. Even the biggest Megumi meat munchers I know, you don't really debate this. I know a lot of people glaze Megumi, a lot of people love Megumi, but like, his viability is directly tied to his control of Raga. The fact that people have Megumi even in the top 15 or the top 10 is entirely based on Big Raga. And naturally, with Big Raga being Big Raga, he got destroyed. Like, literally annihilated, like, wiped from existence, I beat. And if he's not there as part of Megumi's kit, he's not taming him. Because once again, we just don't know. You would have to do multiple layers of headcanon. You would have to assume that Megumi could tame Raga if it truly is a separate technique like Sukuna claims here. Then you'd have to assume that he tamed everything else, and then he could still do the fusions and mergers and stuff like that and the totalities. But honestly, I think it'd just be easier to skip over all that and assume Sukuna was just wrong here. But then again, I have no reason to. I don't know. The only reason I could say Sukuna's stopped functioning, quote unquote, is because his body and brain changed. But then again, he could use Dismantle with presumably not his brain, just his soul. So, like, why couldn't he not use the 10 Shadows? Because, like, the way this implies it, it just says that the entire 10 Shadows technique is based on Raga, which doesn't... I've seen people claim that as an attempt to rationalize this, and I don't like it, because it doesn't make sense. Because no 10 Shadows user is really using Raga, except for Big Kona. I don't even think Megumi's saving Big Raga. That's why, honestly, I kind of considered him getting Raga destroyed and him getting Ahito destroyed was honestly a quick shortcut for Megumi. Like, a way for him to cheat to get to the top spot, or at least near the top spot. But it's like, oh, he got it. But then Chapter 266 came out and just threw a whole wrench into that, and I don't know how to feel. Because it's a binary. Megumi, if he does not have access to Big Raga and Ahito, and he still needs to tame them, or it's still a double KO button, he's not in top 15. He's not. Once again, while his Divine Dog being bigger is cool story, bro, he's still a Reggie victim. Not a Reggie victim. He clearly beat Reggie in his own crew. But still, like, he's not anywhere near top 15. But if you give him Raga, or you give him any totality that includes Raga, or you give him anything that includes Ahito and any of the fusions, the other totalities, some great merger type beat, then he's like top 5. Okay, maybe that's gassing it. Top 10 at a bare minimum. Because how absurd those Shikigami are. So you see my issue, right? Like, this isn't a minor thing. This isn't a small thing. It's kind of like the Hikari thing all over again, where, like, one statement, and literally, in this case, it's worse than the Hikari thing. Because at least Hikari has multiple statements in narrative and out of narrative. You coalesce them all together, plus the Gojo statement, plus the Yuta statement, plus blah, 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 blah. The only thing you have to refute that is fan disagreement with it, and, like, what? Maki's one statement, and I hate to say it, Maki just ain't that reliable in terms of stuff like that, based on what we knew at the time and how she knew it, and based on everything else supporting it. But with this, it's one statement. It's one statement that directly affects Megumi's overall ranking by EOS. Because if you take this away, and especially if you think Megumi is never getting shrined, you think the soaking and Sukuna's curse energy thing is irrelevant to him, because we would never have the desire or need to unlock it, then Megumi's booty. Oh, what's he got? The Divine Dog and Rabbit Escape. He wouldn't have Piercing Bull. He never tamed that as far as we know. Max out. Okay, he's got Goated Elephant. He may have Minifan too. Minifan may go crazy. But that's it! That's not top 10 material. That's not top 15 material. If I'm being honest. I can think of 10 characters who could be the Megumi who only have a big old dog. I don't know. That's why this is like so top of the line hefty to me. If you're asking me what I would rather assume, I think I'd rather... This is weird, because, you know, I'm not necessarily the biggest Megumi glazer out there, but I know a couple. But if you were to ask me, I would assume that Megumi has it. Like, they're just there. Sukuna made a mistake. Just like he made multiple errors in his judgment when it came to dealing with the people in the Shinjuku Showdown. He just made a mistake, and he made a wrong move. And ultimately, he thinks that the Ten Shao's technique and Megumi Fushiguro's technique are completely disconnected. But ultimately, just based on everything else we know about curse techniques in universe, from the fact that they're tied directly to your soul, the fact that they're tied to your brain structure, the fact that Sukuna and Megumi were literally intertwined souls, so deeply fused together that Sukuna had absolute control and access to his own technique, even though his own brain hadn't changed. I just think Sukuna made a mistake and underestimated it. Because he doesn't try. He just assumes that the Ten Shadows is cooked. He never bothers to try to use it again, whether before he incarnates or after he incarnates. Raga gets destroyed and he gives up. And I don't blame him, because the Ten Shadows technique is kind of booty. But, like, that's it. So I just want to assume he's wrong, but I feel like this statement is thrown in here for a reason. And I feel like this is Gege trying to beat me over there with a baseball bat, being like, accept it. He's not top 15. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And it's so important because it literally determines like half his matchups. Like, oh, like, do you know how big? Well, you know. I feel like any reader of JJK knows how big a difference. Even if he just had Raga, obviously he wouldn't because Raga's destroyed. He needed to like totality something into Raga. If Raga can totality, that's another thing on top of that. With the specificities of the totality technique being mentioned, who knows? Maybe Raga can't be totality, but still. You kind of have to make an assumption. In fact, it's why I've kind of been hesitant. I saw Flame just dropped his recently. He just dropped his Megumi video, so I'm going to react to that soon. And 100 dropped his a while back, How Strong is Final Megumi. So, like, I'm going to react to it. I'm going to see what their opinions are. Because off the top of the dome piece, I don't know. I want to say yes, but at the same time, this statement feels so heavy-handed. Once again, it feels like Gege just boom. And considering we don't see any further fusions into the Divine Dog, I just want to say maybe not. What I want to go with. Because it's kind of like how in the Yuji video I laid my claim, and I didn't think that Yuji could do direct SSK style soul damage. I'm gonna lay my claim here. Do I take what the narrative says at face value? I think I do. I think because why would Sukuna be wrong? But then again, he's wrong multiple times. And I kind of do want Megumi to be stronger. And I want the stupidity of a totality. That's like a whole video and idea in of itself. Like, how strong will be the ultimate here? I'm gonna, and this is once again kind of like how I see the Yuji situation. I'm gonna go straight bias here. I think he has him. Why? Because it'd be cooler that way. And based on how we know curse techniques and their engravement and everything that works, I think it'd be kind of weird if he just had a separate technique for Megumi, even though he shared the same body and literally was linked souls with him. Like, I think that'd be super duper weird and out of place, and I think Sukuna's made enough mistakes in the Shinjuku Showdown in terms of his perception and even his understanding of how certain curse energy things work, and I think he's wrong. And ultimately, they're all the same, and Megumi, if you wanted to, could use the remains of Ahito, the remains of Morning Tiger, the remains of Nue, the remains of Maharaga, to infuse into his other Shikigami and be super duper strong. So Megumi can be somewhat relevant by EOS. But, of course, that's what I think. Please see what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys think I'm nuts? Do you guys think I'm crazy? Do you guys think I'm stupid? And ultimately, there's absolutely no way on this good green earth that Megumi Fushiguro has access to any of the remnants because Sukuna himself said it here in the big bold letters and thusly bada bing bada boom he's cooked. Or do you guys agree with your boy and think, hey, you know what? Pretty darn neat. That's fine with him. We can give him that. Please let me know all that and more in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that notification bells so you don't miss out on any news that come to the channel. Also, I do happen to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. No, exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks include the live reaction to every other series I happen to review, and variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do a link to my co-fund description down below. You drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans for a long video, or any beans at all, and your support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That with a Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members: Zara, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Brandon Payne, G Prosper, and Glacier XZ. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons: Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Sean, Igneel Lind, and A+A. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members, Fine and Austin Wimberly, A Uchiha, along with Yuki Ally. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our $10 members, Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 patrons, Overlord Zero, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final, giga, legendary, superhuman, beyond the bounds of reality thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, Calvin Elder.